Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to what is today us stood right outside the front of our house, and yes, that is a parrot doing its thing in the window. The plan today is to show you one of our latest builds for the zoo, and this one, very specifically, is the fox enclosure, and I must admit, this is probably maybe my second favourite that we did. So this was me and my friend who is also in the realm, and we just spent a day digging a massive pit, and then once the pit was built, well, we filled it full of foxes and made it look pretty. Right here is the fox pit. There is a bit of all sorts in here, plenty of grass, and as you can see, we have got normal foxes in this nice grassy area, although the Arctic ones do make their way over from time to time. Snowy bit at the back. This would not be a fox enclosure without a frog jumping around in there apparently, because they just get everywhere. We bred loads of them and they made it out. We also have a lovely little fox house. It is made out of dirt for them to lie on. I'm not sure if that's the best material. We might have to treat them to something else soon. One thing you may notice by standing right here is there is a fence panel missing. There is a story to that, as there is of everything in this world. One day I will replace it. Let's see if we can jump in with the foxes. We're just going to make our way down and have a nice little look around here. There is a ladder to get out. You may notice though, it doesn't have a gate at the top. That's quite an impractical exit solution. Enclosure itself is a whopping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks down, including a fence on top. I wasn't too sure how far foxes could jump. Now, I presume they can't jump the length of that, because that seems highly unlikely. Even the frogs are struggling at this point to make it out. Did add in a nice little water feature for them. I thought this would be cool. A little waterfall coming in from the outside, and then the stream flowing through into a pond area. Have not filled the base of this with anything other than what was just in here generically, to be honest with you. We may look to do that one day in the future just to really tidy this place up. This area is purely themed around just your generic fox, the nice little orange guys that we have lurking about doing their thing in it. What have you got in your mouth? What has he got? I cannot see what he's got, but he's got something like a block of wool, weirdly. So I guess the sheep has died in here at some point. Anyway, you then have the Arctic foxes area. Plenty of snow and spruce trees just so they can feel at home. And if you want to make an enclosure like this, it really isn't very hard. Yes, this was a lot of stone we smelted, but luckily my friend digs and digs and digs. So we have plenty of the stuff to smelt and create this. All we really did was just dug out a random pit shape. There was no particular method to the madness, to be honest with you. Just made sure it was a fully flat base, and then you can just build it up how you want it to look. And then you could have a fox enclosure that looks something like this. It's quite cool if you are building a zoo to have things a little bit deeper in, just to change the levels of everything. This is also very similar to the goat design that I'm doing around the corner. Their home is, you know, interesting. It is a little bit claustrophobic, if we're honest, and probably done a little bit cheaply. But the foxes, they live in here perfectly happily. There's plenty of them, and if any chickens do happen to spawn, they jump on them immediately. And, well, it's not even worth thinking about what happens to the poor chickens. For any Star Wars fans out there, this is Anakin Skywalker. As you can, his name does flash up. This is Anakin Skywalker, and he has got the high ground. He never falls off that tree. I don't know why he never falls off. Once upon a movie, we would throw the chicken eggs in here, and then the foxes would attack the chickens. Now, that may not be a thing anymore, to be honest with you. I remember seeing in an update there was something about foxes not attacking chickens. Now, it could also be they're not savages, and they don't want to attack baby chickens. On the topic of chickens, some of them do just lurk in the moat we have, along with an upside down cat. If you've happened not to watch my previous video, my nephew is on the world, and long story short, he's stolen the beacon. He must have logged out with it in his inventory. Fortunately for us, obtaining the foxes wasn't too hard, because this map is fairly accurate, and if you head along this route roughly in that direction, we do have a train line for this, but if you do head over there, you will find yourself a lovely snowy pine biome. One of the ways I like to go about building is, like I say, if you're going to do something down on a different level, just clear out a pit, make it a dead, boring, level pit with nothing going on in there, and then you can just work around it, and you can just slowly put bits in and see how it looks. As long as you can figure out a way to put yourself some walls in that look okay and don't look too out of place, which I don't think these do. I think they really work having these side walls. Those of you wondering about how the monorail's coming along, really well is the answer. The log cabin is nearly complete and we will be doing a video on that. It will definitely be happening next week and that will be finished. So I'll be bringing you that very, very soon, so stay tuned. We will be doing a build completion type video, so we'll be physically finishing the build. What is this all about? Well, this is right on the edge of our farm and it is another one of my ongoing projects, and this is going to be the goat enclosure. This design was made via TNT and it's given us quite a nice shape, to be fair. So this is what we're going to be working with. It's going down about 10 or 11 blocks so that the goats can't jump out, because they do jump rather very high if they're not tied in. But this is just one of those other projects that I'm currently working on, but don't panic, we will be bringing... of course there's a frog. There's always a frog. Wherever you look on this world, there is a frog. You'll just have to imagine this frog hut had hundreds in here. The frogs couldn't move and we were creating an army to take into the nether to get some frog lights. That was the actual plan. There was various issues with lag and I couldn't even walk for our farmers. So we let them out in the world and they have just gradually expanded outwards. It's really quite cool, to be fair. And anyway folks, that is all for today. It was mostly about showing you what we had done with our fox enclosure. But I will be back really soon and we will be building the monorail log cabin station. So stay tuned for that. That is coming start of next week. Until next time, have a lovely day and I will see you all again incredibly soon. Bonus piece of information, soon the girlfriend will be featuring, which means it will be Minecraft date time. Until next time, have a lovely day.